Shalom, Yasharalah. This is Yasharalah lawyer coming to you with another lesson. And today's lesson is going to be in regards to the inheritance of Yasharalah, Israel. Okay? And the first verse I wanted to head off with was going to be Obadiah 1 and 17. Okay? And we'll get that real quick. 1 and 17. Which says, but upon Mount Zion, all right, which we know is Israel, okay, the body of Israel, shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, okay, and we know who is to be delivered out of Israel, and it's going to be the elect, okay, the 144,000 governing body and the 1/3, all right, and the house of Jacob, all right, which is Israel, another name for Israel, shall possess their possessions, all right, and that's pretty much to start off right there. All right, now when we talk about possessions, right, what are we talking about when the scriptures talk about possessing their possessions over here in Obadiah 1:17? Okay, well, if we go to Isaiah 60 and 20, it'll give us a brief oversight into one of the few things that we're going to be possessing in the time of our deliverance. Okay, Isaiah 60, verse 21. And it says, thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. For the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, will hasten it in his time. Okay? And verse 22 is pretty much talking about the increasing of the remnant of Israel, okay, during the time of their deliverance, during the time of our deliverance. Okay, so one of the things that we're going to be inheriting, all right, according to verse 21 says, thy people shall be all righteous, they shall inherit the land forever. Okay, all right, and that's just one of the few things. All right, and if we go on, let me see if I can find another verse in regards to the possessions. Let me see here. Merchandise, robbery, accident, quarter. Let's see if we can find it. That's you. All right. Well, I know there's another verse in regards to Israel possessing their possessions. All right, but we'll go on a little further. We'll come back to that. Salakia. Okay. Now, along with Israel getting their deliverance, all right, Esau, Edom, and the heathen nations are also going to get their judgment. Okay, and the Lord is going to have judgment on one people or peoples, and he's going to have mercy on another. Okay, and that's pursuant to Isaiah 14 and 1. All right, we can get that really quick too. Isaiah 14 and 1. And it says, for the Lord will have mercy, for Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob. All right, and we're Jacob. All right, if you come from these 12 tribes, right, starting with Native Americans, Latinos, Haitians, so-called Negroes, okay, West Indies, all right, for the most part, we're those tribes, okay, and it says, for Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and yet will choose Israel. And what is he going to do? He's going to set them in their own land. And the strangers, right? And who was strangers? All right, let's go to the blue letter real quick. Isaiah 14. So we can take a look and see who these strangers going to be. Isaiah 14. And 1. All right, and the strangers. All right, going into the blue letter to get more understanding in regards to the word stranger. And the Hebrew word for stranger is ger, or
Strong's H16. Strong's H1616. Gar.
All right?
Guard.
And looking at the definition of this word, it says a sojourner, a temporary inhabitant, a newcomer lacking inherited rights. Okay, a foreigner in Israel through conceded rights. So this stranger in Isaiah 14:1, okay, is about someone who is traveling, who travels with Israelite or with Israel, right, during this time, who has no part of their inheritance. Okay. And if you're a person that has no part in their inheritance, you're not an Israelite, okay? Which means you're either of the heathen nation or you're Edomite, okay? But it says what? For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, okay? So these people who have no inheritance with Israel are going to be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, okay? Meaning what? They're going to stand by the house of Jacob. Let's look at the word cleave so we can get a better understanding of that as well. Okay? Salakia. 14:1. Alright. Alright, now word cleave is going to be sapak.
Strong's H 5596. Safach.
Safak, right? Sapach. And definition for that is to join, to attach together, to join, attach to join together. Call, to join, attach to. Nafal, to attach oneself. Joining, to be joined together, hold oneself together. So these people are going to be joined together. These strangers who don't have an inheritance, right, with Israel are going to be joined together with Israel. Okay? And the people shall take them. And who are they talking about? What people? It's talking about Israel, right? It says, and the people of Israel shall take them and bring them to their place, right, to their land, to the place of their inheritance. And the house of Israel shall possess them, all right? And who's the them? The ones who are going to cleave unto the house of Israel, who don't have an inheritance with Israel, okay? And the only way that you would not get an inheritance with Israel is if you were not an Israelite, all right? And it says to possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. So these people that we're going to be possessing are going to be for what? For servants and for handmaids. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were. Now understand this. This is when it gets more detailed. All right? Because when you look at history, history says that there were a group of people who were put into captivity by another nation or a group of people. Okay? And when we look at that, we see the so-called white man putting the so-called Negroes into captivity. But even then, we still have biblical names. Even that white man has a biblical name. His name is Esau, Edom. All right? So is the Edomites putting the children of Israel, okay, into captivity. And the scripture says that, and they shall take them captives, right, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And once again, going back to the time of slavery, even going back in the time of biblical times, we were always under oppression by other nations, okay? But during our last captivity, which is the captivity that we're in, today in America, aka Babylon, we see that, in times before in the history of this country that we were held in captivity, okay, and we were oppressed by these people. They were our oppressors, okay. All right, let me see here. All right, and then now you may have another question as to what what's going to happen during the time of our deliverance when we possess the land, right? And we possess the people, our captors, whose captors we were, and rule of our oppressors, right? What else are we going to be doing, okay? It says in Isaiah 16:11, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. All right, let's go and get that real quick. Isaiah 61. 61:1. It says, the Spirit of Yahweh is upon me, because Yahweh hath anointed me to preach, right? Means to call out good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisons to them that were bound. Okay? To proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, and the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness. And trees is just another word for people, okay? The planting of Yahweh, that he might be glorified. And they shall build the old wastes, and they shall raise up former desolations, right? And they shall repair waste cities, the desolations of many generations, right? And who is going to be building? We're going to be building it, but the Edomites, the heathens, are going to be the ones who are going to be doing that manual labor, okay? And it says, and strangers, and we already knew who established who these strangers are going to be, the Goyar, right? The ones who shall not inherit with the Israelites, right? And the strangers shall stand and feed your flocks. So they're going to be feeding your flocks. And the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. So they're going to be working in the fields, right? Working in the barns, tending to the sheep, tending to the animals. But ye shall be named the priests of of Yahweh. Men shall call you ministers or servants of our power. You shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, right? And what is considered riches? Resources. For gold, silver, mineral, everything. These things are going to be making us rich. Okay? And in their glory shall you boast yourselves. For your shame you shall have double, and for your confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them. For I, Yahweh, love judgment. See? Because the Lord loves righteous judgment. And I hate robbery for burnt offering. And I will direct their work in truth, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them. Okay? So Yahweh is going to put us in our own land. Okay? He's going to give us the strangers, our oppressors, for our possession. And they're going to be our handmaids and our servants. They're going to be tending to our sheep, tending to our flocks, tending to the land. Okay? All right? Now, I do have another verse to back that up. All right? And this is going to be in Isaiah 60 and 10. All right? And this is just another prelude as to what's going to be going on in the kingdom and what these heathens are going to be doing when we're ruling over them. Okay? Especially during the time of the 1,000 years, okay, where the 144,000 is ruling with Yahweh Shai, all right, along with the 1/3 elect of the nation of Israel. All right? And it says in Isaiah 60 and 10, and the sons of the strangers, and we already know what strangers, they go with that word strangers again. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. All right? And another word for minister is to serve. And kings is another word for presidents, prime ministers, whatever you want to call them. The people that are in high positions today, they're going to be the ones serving you. For in my wrath I smote thee. Right? Because we sinned against the Most High. Right? We went against his law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? Salakia. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. All right? So the Lord is going to have mercy upon us, ultimately. Okay? And he will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Okay? Let me see here. Let me see if I can find them. Let me see if I can find that Salakia. Once again, Salakia, Isaiah 14 and 1, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. All right? Hope this was edifying, all right, to the elect. Start off by, just want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Kadash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? And just want to say double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, all right, for teaching us this truth and for bringing it out, okay, and peace to the hopeful elect, okay, and to the brothers out there preaching the truth in sincerity, all right, and with that, I want to say Shalom.